It's been about a year officially that Will Smith delivered the slap of a lifetime to Chris Rock after Chris Rock made some disparaging jokes and remarks about Jada Pinkett Smith at the Academy Awards at the Oscars last year. And of course, we all know what ramifications it had for Will Smith, but it also had certain ramifications for Chris Rock. And those ramifications were not necessarily negative, but he did stay relatively silent on it until his new Netflix special came out called Selective Outrage, in which obviously he addressed that wholeheartedly, and he got a huge payday from that, and I can understand why he waited so long. However, Chris Rock also took the opportunity to take special digs at Jada Pinkett again, called her out of her name, the B word, and things like that. And we know he took a shot at Michael Jackson. People didn't like that. But taking the shots at Jada Pinkett, you would think that, well, it's not so bad since Jada Pinkett laughed once Chris Rock got slapped. But wait a minute, you forget that Jada Pinkett Smith is quite popular, especially with her Red Table Talk show. She's an inspiration to many black women out there, especially in the entertainment world. So a lot of people did not take kindly to Chris Rock and his remarks. And then there is Candace McDuffie. Now, who is Candace McDuffie? Candace McDuffie is, I believe, a very prominent writer over at The Root. She did not take kindly to Mr. Chris Rock making these jokes about Jada Pinkett, who she felt that she represents black women as a whole and Chris Rock's issues with black women as a whole. So what I'd like to do is to play this particular segment, and then we'll come back.
Why did you think he deserved to be slapped?
It's not so much about being slapped as much as it is about accountability, right? He has made black women specifically the butt of his jokes for years, and he's finally being held accountable. So I feel like this kind of sets the precedence, going forward, hopefully that people will be more careful about how they treat and discuss, black women.
People are going to focus on your words saying, is Candace McDuffie condoning violence, saying that, that Will Smith should have slapped Chris Rock?
I think, in the literal sense, it seems like a bit much. But honestly, sitting here, calling Jada out of her name, making fun of her hair condition, talking about her alopecia, words can be violent as well. And as we've seen, black girls and women, we suffer abuse at higher rates in this country. So continuing to humiliate us only perpetuates this.
A lot of people laugh, though, when they hear the jokes and they say he's a comedian, he's just being funny. Maybe you're being too sensitive about it. What do you say?
I think it speaks to a larger American pattern of using marginalized people as comedic fodder. And then it can also, lead to violence being incited. It can lead to us being not seen as human.
So you heard what she had to say. Now, of course, according to Candace McDuffie, Chris Rock has been making fun of Jada Pinkett Smith since 1997 when she participated in the Million Women March. Also, he's painted black women in a bad light in his Good Hair documentary. Black women have been a regular punchline in Chris Rock's stand-up routines and things like that. And to be fair, most black comedians, black people are the punchlines of their routines. It's always been like that. And obviously, Chris Rock comes from a different era of comedy than what's being going on now with the cancel culture. But now she does say that he deserved to be slapped by Will Smith. All right, let's take that for an argument. He deserves to be slapped because you don't like his positions, what he's saying about black women. But then if we're talking about equality And if we were to say or ask you the same question, Candace, do black women who talk negatively about black men, would they deserve the same treatment? Without a doubt, shadow of a doubt, I believe Candace McDuffie would say no. But she would definitely say yes if we were to ask, do black women rather deserve the same level of opportunity as black men? She would say yes. But I will guarantee you that for black women, like let's say Cynthia G, who are saying some horrific things about black men on social media, she's not going to say that those same men deserve that treatment or those same women deserve that treatment. And that's where the rubber meets the road for me, because black men who have negative things to say about black women should receive this. But black women who have negative things to say about black men, nothing should happen to them. And the reality is that we can't be barbaric. If he needs to be slapped, don't you understand that that is against the law? You don't hit people because you don't like what they have to say. Again, for somebody who is, I believe that she's a very intelligent writer and all that, you're not dealing with what the law is. And now we're talking about anarchy. We can't just put our hands on people because we don't like what they say. But that's how a lot of people in Black America feel. Oh, you don't like Dr. Umar Johnson? You need 7,000 lashes. You want to leave Jackson State Deion Sanders? You deserve 7,000 lashes. And every time that a black person doesn't agree with the normality or what's going on, that person should suffer, and that suffering should have something to do with the violence and violent behavior, which is pretty much damn near barbaric. It's not damn near. It is barbaric. All right? If you feel like this person is disrespecting black women to a certain degree, well, what you could do is you could tell that person's boss and say, well, you know what, Netflix, you shouldn't hire Chris Rock, or this person should be blackballed. But that's not going to happen because they tried it with Dave Chappelle, right? So the thing about it is this: Chris Rock is a comedian. He's going to easily be able to get away with those things, saying, oh, this is just a joke. So what's going to be the outcome? I think the outcome is that the black male experience, even if it's controversial, it's not going to be so accepted. If a black woman comes out there and talks about black men in a negative way, Candace McDuffie is not going to have any issue with that. None. But then now when it's the black man, it's going to be, just a less room for error. And that's what I don't like. I don't like it. I think if you want to call him out for what he's doing, that's great. But try to be fair across the board. And we don't see a lot of that in Black America. I get what you're saying, that you feel like he's a sellout and all this and stuff. Great, got that. But are we really being serious about the outcome? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. We're out.